Modded.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Show Me the Model Thing, episode 49. As usual, deadline is the 13th of the month for upload on the 20th. And let's jump straight in with a new one. I don't think I've seen this fella before, and he goes by the name of Prickly Panther. And he says, this is a Panther shotgun made for 2025. A remake of the Bobo and Nom's old design with a bunch of modern updates. Features the original pivoting barrels converted to brass, setting into two Gen 1 Panther tanks with a micro brushless compressor on board to fill the tanks. My goodness. Everything in the brushless loom is available on Amazon. A complete IPA setup for any blaster for around $125 at most. So the more serious new modders would be interested in that. I also have YouTube videos on making the blasters. I'll try and find them and put a link below. But when I first saw this, I thought, oh, just another one of those cheap X-Shot shotguns that don't work very well. But having read it and had a close look at it, I'm quite impressed you've managed to shoehorn all that stuff in this tiny body. It's pretty impressive. And in addition, the paint job's quite nice. Orange barrels for safety, of course. Yeah, he's done an excellent job of this. Impressed. Very, very impressed. Looking forward to the next one, Prickly. Right, next up we have Sam N. And Sam is a man of few words and even fewer photos. He's only sent me two, and he says he has two blasters here. The first is a cheap blaster off Amazon that originally fired half-dart size megas. I have upgraded the spring, changed the barrel with foam balls, hot glue, patience, and added a pistol grip. The second blaster is a Nerf modulus mediator stock blaster that has a spring upgrade and has been rebarreled to fire single darts and accidentally also fires megas. Okay, I don't think I'll call him Sam anymore. This guy is the Prince of Jank. These things are just out there, chopping and changing and putting all over, but he's getting the process. Now, again, he sent me a movie, but again, it's too corrupted to even show. I don't know what's going on there, but he may have a YouTube page. I don't know. You'd have to check that out. But yeah, pretty impressive for things just thrown together and locked in. I mean, yeah, very nice. And even the little fella, the modular stock, yeah, looks pretty cool. Very nicely done. Okay, next on the rack is one of our favourites. And when I say that, I mean one of our favourite lunatics. It's Papa Bludgeon again. Now, what's he say about this thing? It's called the VS Charger, apparently. I brought an Ultra 4 and found out you can give it an inline clip fairly easily. Oh, okay. I removed the AR and made my own 3D printed inline clip. The tolerances are pretty tight, and I do need a full-length dart to ram half darts in. Well, there you go. I guess it's time to make yourself a muzzle ramming stick, eh? It can hold 3 darts at a time and can hit 110 FPS on the stock spring. I also noticed that the end of the clip was almost the right size for a demolisher rocket. A bit of orange tape made it fit perfectly. Impressive. Since I had a bit of time up my sleeve, that's the last thing we want to give a Papa Bludgeon is time. I added some cosmetic details to make it resemble the VS Charger that appeared in number one Sentai Go-Ju-er. Go-Ju-er is an anniversary series that makes a lot of calls out to previous Sentai series, some of which people wouldn't have seen. I know I certainly have, because I almost sprained my tongue saying that. Anyway, that's his blaster. Pretty impressive mod itself. I love the great big charging handle sticking out the back. It's got to be fun. Almost, it'd be great if you could somehow work out a way to make that like the foot stirrup on a medieval crossbow, and you have to charge it from the front. But anyway, nicely done. Weird again as usual, but what do you expect from Papa Bludgeon? Okie dokie. Now, next up we have, this is a Nerfo Loco. Now he sent me two, he says, and I've got the printouts for both of them, but I have not got the photos for one of them, and I've emailed him and haven't heard back. So this first one is called the Alien Menace Voidcaster. Not particularly a great addition for my competitive play, but a classic blaster in my opinion. This blaster draws inspiration from the grimdark Xenos and movies such as The Fly and The Thing. Used a combination of items such as foam clay for the tentacles and fangs combined with EVA glue for the textures. Paint gear comes from beloved Tyranids from 40k, I thought I recognised it, which I tried to emulate on this blaster. Not particularly one you'll take out in the field, but certainly one for a fun time. It certainly is. I would suggest maybe a clear gloss coat on some of those colours just to make it a bit more slimy, but other than that, pretty cool looking thing, and there's some heavy duty modding gone in there just from a cosmetic point of view. Again, another one of our more crazy blaster modders. I wonder what happened if I put Papa Bludgeon and Nerfo Loco in a room together. Could be scary. Okie dokie. Next up, who have we got? This is old Clowny Nerf. Yes. Always looking forward to stuff. And he says he's got a pair of Fortnite HE hand cannons, recalibrated for short darts. Each has an inline mag and are capacitated at 3. I think he means the capacity of 3. Iron Cross and 4 for the skull, respectively. Oh, I see. Both hit like hammers due to the original PT being made for Mega. Okay. The blasters are basically black vinyl dye. The one with the Iron Cross has been hand painted with metallics and adorned with a handmade skull on the front. The red one is painted a bit more thoroughly, a mix of hand painting and dripper colour rattle cans topped by spikes, gems, bolts, and of course a skull on one side, aka Hasbro style. Have a limited supply of them and they are kind of expensive. And cool skulls. Skulls are cool. That's what he's saying. He's got a limited supply of skulls. Well, you'll have to make yourself some more, mate. Very easy to do. Just get you some silicone mould making resin and just cast one. Anyway, and what else he says? Oh, he just says thank you for doing this. That's fine. Very nice looking stuff. Very clean again as usual. He comes up with some really nice, neat ideas. And again, it's just a different aesthetic somebody likes. I mean, if they were mine, they'd be covered with dirt and dust, you know. But everybody's got their own taste. Okay, now next up, we have one from a friend of mine from over east, Matt D. He says this is a Nerf Strife that he got off a kid. I don't know whether he swapped it or mugged the little fella, but he's got it. He said the stock was cut off and the return spring mount had been destroyed. So what he did, he swapped the cage sides, put in a new cage with Hellcat motors and metal worker meals, and all the other bits and pieces he made by hand, plus a 2-pack Mazda yellow paint job. Obviously going for a Warhammer 40k sort of look, and he's got there. I would have suggested painting the magazine as well just to make it blend in, but each to his own. Games are games. Looks pretty nice. It looks very much like a bolter pistol as opposed to a bolter. Yeah, nice work, mate, nice work. Looking forward to the next one. You need to produce a lot more. And right now, finally, and I saved this one for last especially because I'm really impressed by one of them. He said he's got a couple of these... This is Darty Bastard. He has a couple of ones he said. In the first one he says it's called Snakebit. It came to me as a thrifted Nerf double strike. I removed the original dart, turret and small AR and then replaced it with an improved single shot mega barrel. The idea was to have a handy little shield buster that wouldn't add too much bulk to loadout, not unlike the role of a snake gun might fill for a cowboy out checking his range. This was also the inspiration for the paint schemes too, though I usually favour an ultra clean aesthetic when it comes to paint. I really wanted to go out of my comfort zone with this one. I hope the paint and the weathering tell the story in that I believe it's successful. What do you think? I think it works fine, yeah. Even like little drops of blood on the barrel, whether that was deliberate or not, I don't know. And the interesting way he's put the paint on, not worrying about covering all the base green underneath. It adds rather than subtracts to it. And there's a photo here, he's got it under ultraviolet light. You can see it actually glowing. That's quite impressive. But the thing that really impressed me was the other one he sent in, and that is the Magnus. This is a pump-action Nerf Magnus with an upgraded spring, to which I've grafted a fixed 6-round Centurion magazine and an N-style barrel lug. The later allows the use of a retaliator handguard and a worker pump kit, both of which have been given a complementary paint scheme to match the main body. The muzzle was appropriated from a rival Hypnos. The pump kit is attached with custom thumb screws so I can use a pistol configuration if I see fit. I am amazed by this. Last year I went to Pox Eclipse and I had 2 Megas, both that I'd modified for pump. One you may have seen online called the Big Banana. It worked fine. The other one, I could not for the life of me get it to work. I don't know what was going on. I've still got it. I'm going to pull it down and I'm going to do this exact mod to it because it looks gorgeous. It actually looks like something, I don't know, a futuristic farmer or bad guy roaming the streets would have. It's just gorgeous thing. And the fact that the magazine is fixed isn't a problem, because basically you've doubled the magazine capacity and you've got a much easier pump system. So I'm amazed by this. I love it, absolutely love it. I'm going to have to contact Darty and have a few questions. So anyway, we're all in awe, I know. That's it for this week, guys. You will be back in a month with that one, and I have a new video coming up on my other build probably in a couple of weeks. So see you then. Bye for now.